You're making changes to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge and fans aren't happy. Well, nothing they have been doing has been making people happy since the park's open. Hello, everyone. I am Mecha Random 42, your favorite YouTube harpy, and this is actually coming from Cinema Blend. They're finally admitting that Galaxy's Edge is doing a lot of stuff wrong, and it seems like they were out in full force. I had people commenting on my tweets before they had a chance to even watch my videos, saying, "Oh no, it's fine, it's fine." Like, okay, you know what? I don't care. I'm giving you my reaction to what I'm seeing on the internet. So, obviously, I'm going to see stuff like this. And I missed this article a couple days ago, and a few days ago when this happened. Just one thing wrong after another. Walt Disney World Skyline is finally back open after guests were stranded in a gondola. This stuff doesn't make people want to go to your theme park. Hearing when we do stories about this and when we make videos about this, when we hear stories about a media blitz happening with Galaxy's Edge, having, all of the ABC TV shows advertising it, mentioning it, and because ABC is owned by Disney, it's all owned by Buena Vista, which is a company that Walt Disney World just Incorporated owns, all of those things. So when we have all the ABC shows giving out free advertising to this, and that backfiring as well. Because there was one show, the Kelly Ripa, whatever, Live with Kelly and whoever the crapper co-host is. They gave away a trip to Galaxy's Edge. And the prize value was $17,000. And I'm sure it had the opposite effect because I heard that price tag and I started thinking about how expensive that is. And darn well you're going to have a lot of average people who are out there saying, I don't make that much in a year. I'm not going to go to Disneyland or Disney World. Because that's a crap ton of money. You got to understand how much flight, hotel, the theme park admission, the food while you're there. And when food while you're there is expensive and stuff you don't want to eat, you can just hop on anywhere else and get something cheaper, go to crappy McDonald's or something, right? It's not good, but you'll be spending that much for a family of 4 instead of for one plate. We'll get into the prices in a second here too. Star Wars Galaxy's Edge has had an interesting existence to say the least. For 2 years, the new land, being at both Disneyland and Walt Disney World, was the most anticipated new theme park attraction in the history of the galaxy. I don't know, I'm more interested in the Mario stuff, really. The Nintendo stuff, I really, really am. I'm more of a Nintendo fan, but, The land opened with no lack of fanfare, and guests seemed to love the new Millennium Falcon attraction and the immersive setting of the planet Batu. Yeah, except they didn't, though. You had all of these... The fanfare, you had all of these celebrities come out, people like the Brie Larsons and those people. You had the celebrities come out and dress up and take pictures and advertise it, being good little Disney employees that they are. They're out there advertising it and shilling for Disney, right? But this is the problem. You've got it set on Batu instead of Tatooine. Why wouldn't you have it set on Tatooine? Oh, because you would get more money if you set it somewhere else that you can monetize, because you'd probably have to pay some sort of a licensing, or you wouldn't get as much of the royalties if you set it on Tatooine, right? That might make a little more sense, right? So that's one of the problems. That's one of the problems with it, is that you have no Darth Vader. You have nothing recognizable to your average normie Star Wars fan. A lot of the normies probably haven't seen the new movies. Maybe once or twice if they have. They're not resonating. They're not nostalgia. They're not going to make people go in and be like, oh, I remember Darth Vader. I remember R2-D2. No, not when you have to find them. If you had a guy wandering around in a Darth Vader costume, I think you would see a lot more people caring about Star Wars being at Disneyland and Disney World, right? That's just one little fix. This stuff doesn't help. This stuff really doesn't help. Report after report after report of just bad things. Just bad things coming out of this. Here we go. At the same time, there was almost instantly some question about how successful the new land really was. Exactly, like the reports of just the empty photos of the theme park. The massive crowds people were expecting never seemed to materialize, and there was some debate as to whether that was due to the impressive crowd management on the part of the parks or the lack of interest in the part of the guests. for part of the crowd management, we've covered that. They made a plan to limit the amount of time you had in the park and kind of suggest you leave after a certain amount of time. That's not something, well, I'm not going to bother if I can only be in there for like 45 minutes, if that's going to be how long it takes me to wait in line to get on the ride anyway, because it's Disneyland. I'm not going to even want to bother to come. And that's another thing that's really off-putting to people, is the fact that they don't seem like they're welcome. They seem like they want to get them in and out, get out as much money as they can, and turn the table for the next people, is what it feels like, Let's get these people out so we can get more people in with their money. Because we don't care about you. We care about your money, though. Don't show footage of the Disneyland fight over at Toontown. No. That's bad for our image. Seems like every week there's a new topic for Disney fans to debate on social media, and this week's topic is food. The food options at Galaxy's Edge, like everything else, were originally created to be part of the immersive setting of the land. While the food itself wasn't particularly unusual, everything had alien-sounding names, like the Athorian Garden Loaf and Endorian Tip Yip. I'm going to say tri-tip. Tip Yip. However, now it appears that Walt Disney World has changed the names of the food items to reflect what they actually are, rather than what they are in the Star Wars universe. Many are less than thrilled. Well, you know what's part of the problem is your selections. I can guarantee you part of the problem is your selections as well. Look at this menu. All right, you got 4 things on your menu, and you got your kids' menu here. You can't really see too much more of it here on their tweet, but when you look at their actual photograph here, you got a $15 shrimp noodle salad and a smaller version for kids for $10.99. Right. And you got veggie dippers, black bean hummus. Where's your mac and cheese? Where's your chicken nuggets? I know it's not healthy, but some kids are not going to want to eat foo-foo snooty foods, and they're going to throw a temper tantrum, and they're going to not want to go. And then you got people like me. I'm going to look at these prices. I'm going to look at the prices on this, right? And I'm going to see $16.99 for pork ribs, and I'm gonna be, no, I don't want to pay that. $18.99 for pot roast. No. Let's say you have a family of 4, and mom and dad each order the pot roast for $19 a pop, plus the $4 drinks, or if they want a fancier drink, right? And the drinks are so damn expensive too. I don't even want to know. Like, yes, I did. I love the pork. I really, really love the pork. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to know how much it cost, because like everything's so astronomical in a lot of these things. And I know it's not really that much more than if you go out to dinner at like, a decent sit-down restaurant with a cloth napkin. But this is Disneyland, and you're gonna go with a lot of little kids, and you can't keep being expected to be this unlimited wallet, right? This unlimited checkbook or coin purse that Disney sees us as. Looking at the prices, looking at the kids' menu even. Like, the kids' menu is the same crap as on the adults' menu, only fewer items of it. Where's your chicken nuggets? Where's french fries? Where's a cheeseburger? Where's mac and cheese? Where's stuff that, like, seriously. And I wonder why this stuff is failing. And I even mentioned when I was talking about the food initially, I'm like, as somebody who's kind of a picky eater and kind of a bratty kid sometimes, I would look at this menu and I would be this would ruin my day. This would ruin my day if I saw so few options, so few, like, I can't even get like a taco or a cheeseburger or something. I mean, I get it. If it's one thing if you had the menu still with all of the themed names, and you're there for the experience. But I would be there and I'd be like, I don't want to pay $20 for pot roast. I don't want to sit here. I don't want to be here anymore. I don't want to be here anymore. That's the message that I think a lot of this is I don't want to be here anymore. It's too expensive. It's not fun. And I think a lot of people are just going and showing up and realizing this isn't that much fun. There's not that much Star Wars here. There's not that much to do. Everything has a giant price tag on it. And it's overwhelming to somebody like me who does not go to a lot of these sort of things, to watch the videos of it and to see the $200 lightsabers and to have the anecdotes of the parents having to choose which kid gets their own lightsaber because they're so damn expensive, Right, right, and I get it. It's supposed to be a once in a lifetime sort of trip, but Disney kind of wants people coming back every week, right? They want their annual pass holders. They want the people to come in all the time. And sure, you're going to get people who are perfectly fine with this. People who are like, I don't care. That's not that much. You're gonna get that, but you're also gonna get a lot of people who feel priced out of it. You're going to have a lot of people who feel like there's not enough value for my dollar. If I'm going on a once in a lifetime trip and these are the prices, I can go to Japan for half as much. I can go to Japan and probably spend $5,000 for 2 weeks and have the time of my life in a decent hotel with decent food, not just eating convenience store food, right? Which I would probably be perfectly happy with in Japan. $3 convenience store fried chicken, sure. Perfect. Well, how much is theirs? $15. Right. And what I think that's the big thing is that Disney doesn't understand that you have these generational Disney fans, right? Who are now kind of waking up to what a lot of us have been seeing anyway, and that Disney is only really after your money. Disney is only really after what they can get from you. They're not there to try and make it an experience. They're not trying there to make it a lifetime of memories. And if they cared about us as fans, they would at least have Darth Vader wandering around the theme park. They would at least have some options, right? Have a few more options. They're taking out any immersive anything. They think that people don't want to sit there and read the names. I'm like, no. People don't want to order these things. People are going to settle for something and be underwhelmed or annoyed that they had to choose something like that. And you're going to probably have a lot of bratty kids. And thank you so much for subscribing here. Also, yeah, hit the like button. If you do like my ramblings, like, subscribe, share, all the things. Part of the Star Wars Galaxy's Edge's appeal has always been the level of immersion of the land. Cast members acted as if they were actually on an alien planet and would speak to you as such. Merchandise that is sold in the land is designed to be the sort of thing you might be produced by aliens running a stall in a bazaar. You won't find anything for sale that has a Star Wars logo on it. That might be part of the problem too. Is that they're merchandise, right? And I love, like I said, love. Oh my god, I love the pork. Most of the merchandise I've seen over Galaxy's Edge is like super expensive. Build your own droids, build your own lightsabers, those sort of things. Where is something that's like old school Star Wars? There's not a lot of old school Star Wars. From every video I've watched of people documenting their trip through the park. They kind of wander through and like, meh. And then they go because there's not a lot to do there. There's not a lot of immersive anything. Fans are lamenting the loss of themed names because to them it blows a hole in the otherwise complete immersion of the land. I don't think that's the problem. I think they're changing it so that people will know what it is. I think that's part of it. But I think that when people see that, they're super not overwhelmed by how amazing it is. They're very underwhelmed and annoyed. Because that's exactly what I would be when I looked at that menu. I'd be underwhelmed and annoyed. And I've done videos on that before where they have the menus of everything at Galaxy's Edge. And I would be irritated and I would be wanting to go anywhere other than Star Wars Galaxy's Edge to have dinner or lunch or whatever. The normal names of the food were always available on the menus at Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. Thank you so much for subscribing, the comedian. The normal food names were always available on the menus at Star Wars Galaxy's Edge because nobody's expected to actually know what the Andorian tip yip is. It's just that it used to be the Star Wars name came first and the normal name was in smaller font below. On Walt Disney World's website, Star Wars names are completely missing. It appears as the menus inside the land itself, the names have just swapped places, so the normal name is first in the larger print. That's not going to help. You're going to have to get some food that kids are going to want to eat. Seriously. You're going to always have the kid who's going to eat anything, and then you're always going to have the kid who's the picky eater and will only eat chicken nuggets and mac and cheese. That's kind of how I am. I would rather eat the chicken nuggets and mac and cheese. It'd be cheaper. I would be recognizable, and I wouldn't think they'd put weird shit in it. Because who knows what they're doing with some of these people who have something to prove. The reason for this has not been specifically stated, but it would seem likely that the reason for the simplicity in ordering for people who aren't looking to dive headfirst into the immersive aspect of the land. It's probably a lot of people who are getting annoyed and confused. See, a lot of people are getting irritated at the menu. Maybe it's the menu's fault. Maybe it's not how things are named. Maybe it's your selections. Well, it's ultimately a minor deal. Most fans accept that. There's still the potential for concern with Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser Hotel on the horizon, which is supposed to give guests a fully immersive 3-day-long Star Wars experience. There's a fear that if enough people balk at playing the game, it could have a detrimental impact on these new ideas and the people who are interested in getting fully immersed in the Star Wars universe. Yeah, that's the other thing. That's one of the other things. Is that you're always going to have somebody who's dragged along, right? I am that person who would be dragged along and be like, I don't want to play act. How much is it going to cost me? Right? I'm like the stereotypical grumpy dad when it comes to the wallet, right? I'm like, yeah, I don't care. Have fun, do what you're saying. How much is this going to cost me? And I would probably not go. That's just me. I would probably not go. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Is it the immersiveness? Are they right or am I right? Is it more the lack of selection? Because I'm thinking it's the lack of selection. I don't really think it's anything other than that. I have been rambling way too much about this one little topic. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. I am MechaRandom42, and I will see you guys on the next video, live stream, or wherever. Bye! Thanks for watching. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button. And if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye!